Greetings, this is ERi-TV news broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. It's 10:30 p.m. Saturday, November 20. I'm the reporter ERi-TV with your daily updates, and here's a rundown of the top stories for tonight's English news segment. Nationals in various countries organize memorial services. Training on research and discovery of heritage. Prolonged drought takes toll in Kenya. Longest partial eclipse in centuries bathes moon in red. And now we proceed to the details for the local news. Eritrean nationals in Juba and its environs, various cities in Italy, Germany, the US, Abu Dhabi and its environs, as well as in Cairo, organized memorial service on the passing away of Mr. Al-Amin Mohammed Said, Secretary of the People's Front for Democracy and Justice, PFDJ. At the memorial service organized on November 18 in Juba, featuring artistic performances, brief history on the leading role of the veteran fighter Mr. Al-Amin Mohammed Said in the struggle for independence and nation building, was presented by Mr. Amar Gabrab, chairman of the Eritrean community, and Mr. Tsagai Mahari, head of consular affairs at the Eritrean embassy in South Sudan. The participants on their part expressed conviction to live up to the expectations of martyrs' trust and contribution in the national development drives. Similarly, nationals in various cities of Italy, Germany, the US, Egypt, and Arab Emirates conducted memorial services featuring artistic performances and expressed readiness to reinforce organization and contribution in the national development programs. The Commission of Culture and Sports, in cooperation with Italian-based Research Center for Eastern Desert, CERDO, organized trainings focusing on research and discovery of heritage. The training that was provided by experts from Politecnico Milano and archaeologists from the Commission of Culture and Sports included research and conservation of heritage and role of the society, introduction to human skeleton remains, earth and marine science, 3D microscope scanning, and other related topics. Indicating that the training was part of the Adulis Archaeological Research Project, Professor Sarina Massa, Italian archaeologist, and Dr. Tsagai Medin, Eritrean archaeologist, said that the training will have significant contribution in the future research and discovery of heritage in the country. Noting that the training will have important contribution in the discovery and conservation of historical and ancient heritage in the country, Ambassador Zamed Takhla, Commissioner of Culture and Sports, called on the trainees to apply the training they received practically on the ground. The 10 days training that was attended by 35 experts included 15 females from the Central Office of the Commission and other regions. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 23 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers and testing stations in the southern, central, and Gashbarka regions. Out of these, 12 patients are from testing stations in Mandafara 5, Addaih 3, Duwarwa 2, Seganeti 1, and Adduhala 1, southern region. 9 patients are from quarantine centers 5 and testing stations in Dandan Camp 1, Akhriya 1, Modoshto 1, and Kampabolo 1, central region. 2 patients are from quarantine centers in Barantu 1 and Haikota 1, Gashbarka region. On the other hand, 40 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central region, 30, and southern region 10 have fully recovered and have been discharged from these facilities. Sadly, a 70-year-old patient from the central region has passed away due to the pandemic. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 6,962, while the number of deaths has risen to 54. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 7,156. Ministry of Health, Asmara, November 20, 2021. Stay with us. We'll be back with the international news after this short break. Welcome back. Absence of rainfall has pushed pastoralists and their livestock to the brink of disaster in a village in northern Kenya's Wajir County, with 2.4 million people predicted to struggle to find food. The grisly spectacle of dismembered animals rotting beneath the scorching sun is the result of a prolonged drought that has been pushing pastoral communities here and the livestock they exclusively rely on to the brink of disaster. According to the Famine Early Warning Systems Network, since September, much of Kenya's north has received less than 30% of normal rainfall. The worst short rain season occurred in decades. The lack of rainfall has wiped out pastures and exacerbated food and water shortages. As experts predict, if rainfall doesn't come by the end of the year, it will be the third consecutive poor rain season since December 2020, which was when the current drought began, just 3 years after the previous one ended, and much sooner than the more typical 5 to 7 year cycle, a period that is too short for pasture and water bodies to fully regenerate. The longest partial lunar eclipse in nearly 600 years has bathed the moon in red as sky watchers around the world enjoyed the celestial show. The partial lunar eclipse was the longest since the year 1440, lasting more than 3 hours and 28 minutes. The moon appeared red to observers in North America and parts of South America from 6:02 GMT on Friday and was expected to be later seen in Polynesia, Australia, and Northeast Asia. The lunar disk was almost completely cast in shadow as it moved behind the Earth, reddening 99% of its face. Space scientists expect it will not be repeated until the far future of 2669. Also, according to NASA, a longer lunar eclipse, however, is expected on November 8, 2022. As sometimes the moon is closer to the Earth and sometimes it is farther away, this change in distance affects the moon's orbital speed. Residents of Pakistan's eastern city of Lahore said on Friday, November 19, smoke and air pollution is making them sick. Lahore was declared the most polluted city in the world by an air quality monitor on Wednesday. The city of 11 million and capital of Pakistan's Punjab province is consistently ranked one of the world's worst cities for air pollution. Authorities have been slow to tackle smog and air pollution. Secretary of the Agriculture Task Force, Rana Ali Arshad, said air pollution can cause physical and mental health and called for a national response to address it. Inspector General of Police Punjab, Rao Sardar Ali Khan, said anti-smog operations will continue and actions will be taken against most polluting vehicles and factories as well as farmers burning crops. Following is a recap of tonight's major headlines. Nationals in various countries organize memorial services. Training on research and discovery of heritage. Prolonged drought takes toll in Kenya. Longest partial eclipse in centuries bathed smooth in red. That's all from us for now. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.